Dedicate.
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 Dedicated to a very special lady who's here tonight.
And so tonight, I'd like to dedicate this award to my daughters, who make me very proud.
And I'd like to dedicate this to love and to lovers.
That he would dedicate his life to eradicating it.
You?
We dedicate our lives to picking up as many hot women as possible.
At the precinct, they dedicate their entire lives. We are a close-knit family.
Box it up, lock it up, and dedicate ourselves to making sure it never sees the light of day.
I'd like to dedicate this song to my family.
And who now wants to dedicate herself to enforcing it.
I want to dedicate this performance to Nelson. Happy birthday, pal.
And I would like to dedicate this to a very, very special girl.
Forecast.
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 Best. Forecasts. What?
Buddy, that's for a weather forecast. Weather forecast. Which is 50% right 10% of the time.
Here's the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, little fog at the beach.
Here's the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a little fog at the beach.
Are all going to be there.
I just hope it all goes smoothly. You know, I checked the 10-day forecast.
Sweetie, it's LA. It's not like it's going to rain.
Intermittent heavy rain has been forecast here at Fuji today.
Dressing a pointer. I used to sing my forecast. As a matter of fact, sometimes your mom used to sing them with me on TV.
I'm a trend forecaster. I forecast trends.
Trend forecaster, yeah.
Here's your mighty 690 forecast, folks. Let me tell you.
Pops is going to rain anyway.
The forecast for tomorrow is 82 and sunny at 9 a.m.
The 5-day forecast just won't be the same. Chuck?
My forecasts were way more accurate than hers, and people were starting to notice. So last week, to get back at me...
Normally.
Normally. Normally.
Normally.
Normally. Just stay close and don't do what you'd normally do.
You know, actually, there's conflicting cases about whether coma patients can in fact dream normally, or they're more like hallucinating.
Hi. I don't normally do this, but I was watching you and... Can I buy you a drink?
You know, normally when somebody does something nice for you, you just say thank you.
Stupid and sexist. I mean, it's like, hey, thanks for the crumb. And normally I would just blow it off because school dances suck torture.
You're going to have to exit the vehicle.
I normally don't do blind dates, but Paul and Robin spoke very highly of you.
I knew you'd never shag me normally.
No, that's not true. I called it off tonight. I told him not to come tonight.
It's not taken. Why don't you sit here?
It's just that Brody normally sits next to you.
Brody's not here, is he? Come on, scooch over.
Normally grows on rye. The effects are dire. Spasm, vomiting, dropsy, gangrene, and...
Normally I like things hot and wet.
Uh-huh. You know, normally I'd agree with you, Paige, but you really owe yourself a break, Charlie.
That's true.
Although I could go for a double vodka rocks right about now.
You normally drink spirits before, 10 in the morning?
I'm from.
What, me?
Regress you. Normally we would use a sensory deprivation chamber, but in the absence of that...
Be great! I'm sorry, Constable Who, but we don't normally attend banquets for bureaucrats.
Oh, Chang's not just any bureaucrat. He's the bureaucrat.
Well, we've already exhausted every topic that one would normally talk about on a first date, and a second date, and a third date, and every date, actually, and I've already seen you shirtless.
Cultivate.
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 Cultivate. Cultivate.
We must learn to read, to stimulate our own imaginations, to cultivate our own consciousness.
We cultivate seaweed, and extract from it a nourishing gelatin.
And yes, I know, I cultivated it a little. The myth of Margot Roth Spiegelman.
Circumstances.
Oh, but Olivia is an educated, cultivated woman. One that befits a man of your artistic genius.
We learned to cultivate the sea as we came to farm the land.
Way to kill someone, isn't it? I mean, cultivate bees, feed them, and then poke the hive with a stick every time Hillary Taggart runs by?
Seems he's cultivated himself a niche.
And what is Alawadia?
A rare spiny plant cultivated primarily in Madagascar.
It's a skill we must cultivate.
Why would I do that?
I think Cheng was wrong.
It would take an entire lifetime to cultivate enough power to cast a spell over an entire kingdom.
Do you know how she did it?
With a powerful magic that she cultivated with that most precious commodity, time.
Aunt.
Aunt.
Listen to me. My auntie Dallas, she lives outside Mexico City, in the mountains, on a farm, with
You find anything?
Yeah, turns out he's a hell of a guy. Covers the expenses of his dear aunt. You're Maya Rizik.
Well, I can imagine how busy your schedule is. It's really great of you taking the time to come and visit your aunt. Her health has taken a bad turn.
Hold him like a parcel. Oh, it's Aunt Kitty, darling.
Hey, look who's here.
Welcome home, Aunt Helen. Oh.
Who? Auntie Bertha. Where's your aunt now? I don't know, maybe home.
Birdie's here. Coming out, Pearl.
Where are you taking me?
I'm getting married to your Aunt Liza. She's waiting for us at the Erie. You'll be safe there.
My flesh and blood.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Liza.
You mustn't call me that in front of anyone else.
Oh, of course, I understand. My aunt was a jealous lady. She was terrified that Lord Baelish didn't love her anymore, that he would abandon her for a younger woman.
Who's that from, Papa? You seem very absorbed.
Your Aunt Rosamond.
Anything interesting?
Nothing to trouble you with.
Poor Aunt Rosamond, all alone in that big house.
Hal wants to go see the Gator Bowl.
What's in New York?
Rita's aunts.
Gator Bowl or Rita's aunt? I wonder which would be more fun.
Where would you go?
Fleet.
Fleet. Fleet.
Fleet.
Fleet.
I think it'll feel less huge once we get some furniture in here, you know.
Yeah, or a fleet of sedans. Fleet of sedans. Fleet of sedans.
Mom, it's for a concert, not to meet the fleet. The fleet.
Hey, it's an audition.
Ronan, the Nova Corps has sent a fleet to defend the prison.
Every driver in your fleet gets a handgun. And a permit.
He's armed himself with 12-pounders since he joined my father's fleet.
Hexagonal. That's either Street Fleet or Zenith.
You haven't gone unnoticed by fleet, Alex. You're gonna get an atom smash.
USS Missouri was the final battleship to be completed by the United States before being decommissioned and replaced with a more modern fleet of vessels like destroyers.
And has a depth of about 2 nautical miles.
Now, we are in contact with Admiral Shane and Pacific Fleet. But right now, our Navy is effectively trapped outside the area.
Casualties, get in there, will you?
Captain Wolf, need an ambulance.
I need a fleet of ambulances, all right?
The fleet is preparing. Judging by wind speed, they should be within range in 2 minutes.
But the reality is, I don't have a fleet of helicarriers or Quinjets or thousands of agents at my disposal anymore.
So what's he doing here?
Fleet Week.
Vital.
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 Vital. Vital.
Essences could be identified. But the 13th, the vital one, the vital one, the vital one, could never be determined.
Leaves these archives. What if he notices the sword's absence?
It is a vital part. It is a vital part. It is a vital part of my father's strategy.
Don't push me further.
We save lives, people. We are smart, young, vital doctors. Vital doctors. Vital doctors.
Dude, they're not gonna keep their Uber box under the freaking couch.
How do you know?
It's a vital piece of military equipment, not your porn stash.
Your planet is just now entering its genetic age. You understand very little about something which is a vital part of our reality.
A word before you depart. Are you and your husband at home tomorrow? It's vital I question you about any recent travels.
You, me, and Robert. Which is why I came by. You are a vital part of Starling City's future.
Stand up. The service will be vital in the coming weeks.
Brady Sullivan, 32, stable vital signs, complains of neck and back pain.
Couldn't see the forest for the trees.
You did this! You tricked him!
All I did was pass on some vital information.
An understanding. And now you and I have an understanding as well. Regina, you are vital to my plan to turn the Savior towards darkness.
Men, maybe 15 or more. They all look DOA, but we need to check vitals.
We have more incoming. You need to ration your supplies.
His vitals are 80/50. He needs a second line.
Loyal. Loyal.
Loyal.
Loyal.
Loyal.
Climb on Crew's back with your sister. You are a brave and loyal dog. Loyal dog. Loyal dog.
Hear me, future dweller. You shall be my loyal servant, loyal servant, loyal servant, until such time as I release you.
Oh, really? You think you can handle me and all my loyal customers?
I'm meeting AJ for a lesson.
Ah, lucky man.
I'm very loyal to him, aren't you?
How could that go wrong?
I know, right? Tigress, my most trusted and loyal friend.
Old Yeller.
Yeah, Old Yeller was the best, most loyal dog there ever was. I mean, everybody loved that mutt.
My loyal subjects, we have a very special personage with us.
You are by far the smartest one of the three of us. You're loyal, you're funny.
He was my friend, yes.
Yeah, you were the big guy who didn't treat him like a dog turd. He was loyal to you.
And you need me. Half your managers have jumped ship, but I stayed loyal to you.
Oh, wait a minute. You want to talk to me about loyalty?
Not anymore.
Why didn't you just come over to Stearns? You don't seem like the loyal type.
I know, it's crazy, huh?
When I'm consigned.
Why would you go and do something like that?
Because I can tell you're going to be a loyal customer. I'm all about loyal customers.
I get that I wasn't your first choice to marry Claire, but it's been 18 years, and there hasn't been a day when I wasn't a loyal husband to your daughter and a great dad to your grandkids.
I prefer to work on my own.
What about your loyal protector?
Unemployment.
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 Unemployment is at 9.2, and unemployment is at 9.2, and unemployment is at 9.2. Inflation is skyrocketing. We're on the verge of losing our majority.
Unemployment doesn't constitute a natural disaster, Mr. President.
This is a fundamentally different look at how to solve the problem of unemployment. It has the size and the scope of the New Deal.
You've been president for 6 months,
And again, I want to get this right. Unemployment has gone up. Unemployment has gone up. Unemployment has gone up. Our trade deficit with China has increased. The number of vetoes has skyrocketed. I'm not entirely sure that I'm confident that you'll be able to eradicate unemployment the same way you've been able to eradicate your approval polls.
In Washington, D.C. alone, we've managed to reduce unemployment by over a third and put 25,000 people to work.
The ones sitting at home collecting unemployment, the lazy ones, it's not us.
In this house, he's filed for unemployment benefits twice, each time after being fired from his job at an engineering firm.
He's the Carlson Street.
So does Dempsey.
Briggs collects unemployment, lives with his mother at Cantor and 3rd.
Sure. And on the way home, we can stop the unemployment office because when Odessa finds out, she's gonna fire my ass.
I can't imagine why.
Took it pretty hard, though. He quit his job, he went on unemployment.
Now, if unemployment goes up more than 0.2, I want the Fed to consider.
Salesman.
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 Divorced, 11 months. He was a salesman. Sold me the whole dream.
John, I've come to the realization that you may not be a great salesman.
Okay.
You're really into music.
Oh, it used to be my job.
What, like a record salesman? Salesman?
I was a DJ.
Wow, it's horrible.
Yeah. You meet a younger woman, you have a kid, she's not supposed to die on you. She's supposed to meet a car salesman and move to Vegas like mine did.
Nobody remembers the world's best soda salesman.
He's a salesman! A usurer!
Okay, your name is Shu Fen, and you're a traveling ladder salesman from Hubei.
Think I'd screw you over? You're a used car salesman, Jim.
They've gone down to the village. Some travelling salesman set up at the pub for the afternoon.
All right, I got a pizza delivery driver opening, liquor salesman, bilingual insurance agent, part-time nanny, hair salon assistant.
This sort of thing. It's not my wheelhouse. You need a salesman, not a novelist.
But my racket is, I'm a Bible salesman.
You want to take me away from all this and make an honest woman out of me?
Betray.
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 I betrayed a man. I betrayed a man. I betrayed a man. A good man. An innocent man. A thief.
You may have betrayed me. But you will never betray my words.
She threatened to kill him.
I felt betrayed. Don't you see?
You tell 100 lies a day, it sounds like the truth. Everyone betrays everyone.
At first, I couldn't believe you would betray me like that.
Gentleman, he would never betray us.
Besides, no one's ever heard him say anything else.
What possesses you to betray Lorenzo? To betray us all?
We betray our cause, Captain.
And your cause betrays Florence.
They rejected you, and you feel betrayed. You betrayed me, Oliver. I died so that you could live, and you threw that gift away. I can't betray myself. What would I be then?
You'd be a politician, and that's what you are.
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Opportunity.
Opportunity.
You see, we gotta look at all this as an opportunity. Opportunity. It is a threat. See it as an opportunity.
Hey, listen up. I just heard from the Hong Kong office, and we have a big opportunity in the Asian market.
That's an opportunity of a lifetime.
I had an opportunity to go get this cowboy job at a place called Madison River Cattle Company.
Now, since Lisa thinks every opportunity to reject me is a clear win,
I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome the newest member of our team, Heather Doyle.
Master Yao is being transported from his meditation tower to a new home, and his stopover here is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
How would you like the opportunity to,
Turn out, huh?
Well, it's quite an opportunity, actually. Gather as many men as you can, and do not hesitate to kill Cyrus Gold, because if given the opportunity, he'll do the same to you.
But I will have the opportunity to travel back in time in the near future.
A rare opportunity to go back in time and right a wrong.
Apology.
Apology.
Apology. Apology. Apology.
I want an apology. Apology. They worked our husbands to death.
Let's just face it, eh? You wanted the past dead and me along with it. Apology accepted, by the way. Apology accepted, by the way. Apology accepted, by the way.
No more secrets, right?
Prove it.
Right, you know my mum's birthday, right? Right, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And, you know...
Apology accepted. Apology accepted. Apology accepted.
Great, thanks.
My beloved husband was dying, weeping with apology and professing his love for me and our 20-year marriage. What is it you want from me? An apology would be nice. I am sorry, Elizabeth.
Jesus, Celia.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry about that, too. Do you forgive me?
That's it? That's all you're sorry for?
What else is there?
Apology accepted.
So I should feel guilty?
I think an apology's in order.
I'm sorry.
Can't believe I thought you worked for the FBI.
Apology accepted.
You look nice, by the way.
Merci.
Where is everybody? I owe you an apology.
Consider that my apology.
Ambitious.
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 Ambitious, she was ambitious, and nipping at Mandy's heels.
Ambitious. Ambitious. Ambitious.
Right, there's nothing to like about any of it.
Then why do it?
Because he's ambitious and greedy. He's ambitious and greedy. He's ambitious and greedy.
I thought that your knowledge...
You're so ambitious, aren't you?
Look, the fund you're proposing is very ambitious. I mean, Harcourt, he'll want to see that this is a real business. He only cares about profit ratios.
This is ambitious. I know that, but...
You're ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite an ambitious plan.
Catherine is a bright, ambitious woman. She should be interviewing for that job.
I don't know, Castle. Maybe we're being too ambitious. Maybe we should consider the spring of next year.
Very ambitious. Are you ambitious, Marisol?
I don't know. I just thought you were ambitious. Like me.
Beef.
Beef. Beef.
Beef.
Beef.
Puttanesca.
What did you call me?
It's pasta. Pasta puttanesca.
Where's the roast beef?
Roast beef. Beef. Beef.
Beef, yes, roast beef. It's the Swedish term for beef that is roasted.
But you didn't tell us you wanted roast beef.
your name came up. What, you guys had a little beef?
Guy attacked me.
Uh-oh, got something.
Janice ran action figure.
So this beef between you two this whole time has been about a Barbie doll?
It's an action figure.
You tell.
Because I'm hungry.
Got some beef jerky. What?
Hold my hand.
He's nicknamed Tony the Butcher.
I bet he split a few sides of beef in his day.
Yeah.
At steak for dinner. Dry-aged porterhouse. When was the last time you even tasted beef?
Cat's one of a kind. They're a dime a dozen.
Speak for yourself.
So what happened? Why the beef?
I didn't appreciate him trying to gut me with a shiv last week. He said I was asking too many questions.
Up until now, we've been cool. Never had any beef with him.
It's a post file. I want to know everything about him before we get him in the room.
Is that an isolated incident? Or does he have some kind of beef going on with somebody on campus?
I'm serious. Give me the keys.
Look, homie, we got beef. You understand that?
Just give me the keys.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Volunteer. Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Saw Laura, she was wearing a volunteer badge for the Reading Train Foundation.
It's embarrassing. Mom, you need a life. Why can't you just volunteer at the museum or volunteer at the museum or volunteer at the museum or bring pudding to old people?
So Clara and I suggested
Forced.
that she volunteer for the organization. We couldn't be prouder.
I want to volunteer to be one of the lookouts in the clock tower.
There are no lookouts in the clock tower.
I thought Carol was that.
She was. I volunteered to take her place.
Am I a horrible person? I used to win awards for volunteer work. I went to Guatemala and fixed cleft palates.
I've been volunteering at the Trenton Free Clinic. Keeps him busy.
Volunteer every night and every weekend.
You don't have to do this.
I was a volunteer fireman. I put out fires, I got kittens out of trees, the whole 9 yards.
Like an intelligence op.
CIA, NSA, DHS.
Same letters, different alphabet. I had some buddies from the service volunteer for intelligence ops.
Wait, why am I seeing only half a quartet?
Ed and Jim are volunteer firemen.
Of course they are. Try to play in front of a mirror.
I can't do it alone. I need your help. So dig deep, unless you want to volunteer your own blood.
Excuse me, I was in high school. I was studying, keeping my nose clean, doing volunteer work for the community.
Account. 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 Account.
We got a blip on the radar. An old bank account. Bank account. Bank account. Someone checked the balance.
Can you trace it?
No, it was done remotely.
$200 in the account?
Yeah, he emptied his accounts when he went underground.
Diana, call up Zurich. We need access to the DuPont account. Pont account. Pont account. That's it.
I'd love to see the labs. Funny thing, there are no labs. We're underground. It's basically just this cardboard box and a sack full of money sitting in an offshore bank account, or bank account, or bank account.
I suspect the man who invited us here must be quite important.
Well, assuming it's a man, we've never met him. Or her.
And no updates on a Twitter account.
His account to pay off a bad bet.
Which partner?
Will Gardner.
Will Gardner took $45,000 from a client's account. $5,000 from a client's account.
And put it back 15 years ago.
There's no statute of limitations with disbarment.
Okay, I know that this sounds nuts. I like him. I do. I mean, what he does in Africa on account of women. And then he does this.
I need access to my account, please. Yeah.
You won't let me deposit cash in my checking account. I'm running all over town paying my bills
Because
with
I can't have a paper trail of cash deposits. You gotta trust me on this.
$186,437.96.
You go out with me, and I'll get you into that account.
Distinct.
Distinct. Distinct.
Distinct.
Distinct.
The killer leaves two very distinct signatures.
This collection of presents is so gay that I think I must have given them to myself. But despite that distinct possibility, I'm gonna have to go with...
Now, on a personal note, I had the distinct honor to serve with your father in France under General Pershing.
I believe the French have a distinct advantage when it comes to cognac.
And the mothers from your file. This caused distinct neural excitation. Now.
On occasion, the distinct properties of different lights enable us to see clearly what may previously have been hidden.
And him humiliated.
A distinct possibility. It's gonna work. Even though the Louis Vuitton has a pretty distinct body odor, we're talking about a courthouse here. That's too many people.
Watch his hand. He makes two distinct movements. First, he grabs Mr. Harrison's arm, then he passes him the poison spray.
I couldn't help but notice a distinct lack of police cars when I got home.
This says that there are two distinct strands of DNA inside the tissue.
Full lower loop on her G's along with a distinct upstroke on her T's.
And they're here to seek redemption.
You don't actually believe that.
If I didn't think it was a distinct possibility, I wouldn't have let them in town in the first place.
Exaggerate.
Exaggerate. Exaggerate.
Exaggerate. Exaggerate.
You're not quitting.
Don't listen to a Puerto Rican woman when she's hysterical. We always exaggerate.
Occasion. Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate.
Doesn't it strike you as dishonest not to mention it?
Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. It was only 196.
Way. He likes to tell stories. Maybe he exaggerates a bit, but
You read this.
Most of it is exaggerated, Paul.
To drive a car is simply not good parenting.
You tried to kill us.
Let us not exaggerate, Klaus. The vehicle was not even in gear.
I hate people who exaggerate their stories just to make them sound more interesting.
Arrogance implies that I exaggerate my own worth.
It's gross exaggerated.
Well, maybe so, but...
Looks like reports of his death were greatly exaggerated.
Was he the type to maybe exaggerate a story?
I don't know.
Maintenance. 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 Maintenance.
Oh, no, not all day. We do building maintenance, IT, office supplies, mail distribution.
How can we get to them? We could try the maintenance shaft. It's sealed on both sides, so you'd have pressurization.
My father was a pilot and he used to do his own maintenance.
So you're hoping aircraft maintenance is genetic?
No, I used to help him and I liked it.
It's in the maintenance tunnel underneath the stands.
I'll get the ball.
There's a maintenance man in the apartment building where my wife and I live.
Look, man, I'm telling you right off the bat, I'm high maintenance, so...
What's your 20?
I gotta stop by maintenance real quick. I'll be up in a minute.
No one's getting out of here if maintenance goes to replacing Schofield's toilet.
I got a way to help you with your Schofield problem.
Well, you got a maintenance guy waiting outside here. Says you want him to change the locks.
Charlie in maintenance said you left us by the scanner.
You mean building maintenance?
That's it.
Oh, well, no one told me anything about it. Do you mind if I see your badge?
According to engineering, a routine maintenance accident forced them to eject.
Maintenance accident didn't cause any damage?
Goes in, comes out 30 minutes later.
Scheduled maintenance.
Called Calcos, not due till next week.
Anywhere. 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 Anywhere.
They're smart, and they're animals. And they can be anywhere, at any time.
You're not going anywhere.
How'd you find me?
Anywhere you are. Don't you think I was hiding there 20 years ago?
Are you coming, Mrs. Robinson?
I'd follow you anywhere, Mr. Robinson.
Hey, Dad, there's something that I want to show you on my computer.
Grace, will you help me with the dishes?
Maybe tomorrow, after school.
Sure. I'm not going anywhere.
Camera. There were two kids. They were asking me questions.
Like what?
About Dad and her, the hooker. They taped it, but I haven't seen it anywhere.
I don't want you to go anywhere.
Well, I don't want to go anywhere.
Muzzy could be anywhere in the world. We have less than 12 hours to find him.
Peter.
You lied to me, Charlie.
Sorry.
Look, I can't have you around my baby, okay?
Claire, I don't...
Charlie, I don't want you sleeping anywhere near us, okay?
We're moving. Moving? Where are we going? We are not going anywhere, John. You are going to stay behind.
I want you to come with me.
Come with you where?
Somewhere safe.
Why would I go anywhere with you? I haven't seen you in, like, forever.
Budapest.
I have some business to finish there, and you can take my private jet when we're done anywhere you want to get home.
So talk.
Amber, inside.
Not going anywhere.
Amber, shut up and take this, please.
Critic. Critic.
Critic. Critic. Critic.
Well, your critics seem to have some. It's no secret your last book, Wildstorm, slipped off the bestseller list.
Them to be random.
Maybe he's a movie critic. The movie critic. The movie critic. The French can be tough.
Critic. Critic. Critic.
Let me give you easy.
Get over here.
Work me for a minute.
Critic. Easy, Hem. Easy. Nobody shits on your work. Hemingway himself does not write more authentic American
As
speech.
usual, the critic got it wrong. And comparing me to you is ridiculous.
I don't know much about these things. I'm a jurist, not an art critic. But is 1 hour enough?
According to food critic Gustav York, Raven and Rose is the shining star in his expanding food universe.
Teach you to be a fashion critic.
And just so happened to hit a vocal critic of the U.S. government.
Yeah, I read this article by a film critic once.
Released in 1984, it was originally panned by critics as a pale knockoff of John Carpenter's Halloween.
Possession.
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 She's mine now. Possession is 9 points of the law. And
Over, have a new adventure. I'm not too bothered by material possessions.
Right.
The orb is in my possession. Possession. As I promised.
Spring breakers, you're not going to be charged with a narcotics possession because it wasn't found on your actual person.
I don't know. I don't believe in possession, do you feel?
Closure. She's in possession of the tape now, then. Don't pull that card on me.
I told you never to come in here again, Cutter.
Well, I just happen to have in my possession a little shopping list.
Their life miserable. Nail him on possession. Bishop won't touch Murphy's son.
You will not even inquire into possibilities other than possession.
Of course I will.
Queen, possession of a controlled substance, driving under the influence of a controlled substance.
The U.S. government.
Talbot took possession of the painting from the church this morning.
Well, Steve, possession of a stolen car is a foul.
Identify.
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 Identify yourself. Identify yourself. Identify yourself.
Go to the Dutch embassy, identify yourself, and tell them everything. Ask for asylum. Go.
I checked them against the bodies we could identify.
There's got to be someone somewhere who can identify this man.
Which is why we did the surgery. Cheekbones raised 2 centimeters, ears lowered 1/4 inch.
Is it?
Christ, no! We just need a fucking word so we can identify who's who. He's a blank. She's a blank. Those 2 people are definitely blanks.
Put it down.
Great. It's broken. Next time, identify yourself. Hey, maybe we should pull over.
You got care to identify it?
It's ischemia, tissue damage.
Were you able to identify the men?
Scrubbed identities on traceable weapons.
We were able to identify the other trickster. His name's Axel Walker, age 25.
I'll mine it, see if there's anything on there that can help us identify the shooter.
Trying to identify the major players and collect enough evidence to take them down on federal warrants.
We're trying to identify a homicide victim. Might have been a cancer patient here.
Oh my God.
Void. Void.
Void.
Void. Void.
Staring into the all-consuming void, void. The dark.
Even in passing. But when it comes to my mother, all I see is a void, the void.
It's this simple. You void the contract, you void the contract, you void the contract, you don't get your money.
When you're gone, there'll be plenty of cocks willing to fill your void.
Responsibility is the fidelity of the bank. Lorenzo's absence, however temporary, has created a void.
That you have kept a copy, or if Burnett Technologies makes a sudden breakthrough in the field of artificial intelligence, our contract is void.
When I explained to her that any contract that pertains to illegal activity is null and void, she dropped it.
They robbed the victims of their very lives by stealing their past and leaving them void of any human connection.
You're a creative person. This could mean your mind is building a narrative to fill the 2-month void.
I tried my hardest to help him, but no one seemed to be able to comfort him or fill that void.
There's evidence, you know that.
I came with this.
No, you didn't come with it. I see the dust void it left right here on the counter.
Family. There's magic here now. There have to be ways to follow them.
Follow them where? Into a sucking, airless void?
That makes you a hero. And now we're gonna be heroes.
Open a portal. Throw this thing into a void.
No.